Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Wartales. So we're in a very sticky situation because of this Alazarian Ambassador. The peasants want him lynched, and while I was trying to escort him, I got ambushed. That was most of the last episode, actually, because it's not a matter of getting everyone to run, it is I have to flee in this quest, which is very odd. Getting him to the zone kind of sucks. And in doing so, essentially, I used up all of my fatigue, and it wasn't letting me rest at the end of the last episode. While I was trying to figure that out, a second group ambushed me, and here I am, fatigued. So strength and dexterity reduced by 30%, and I have to do this fight all over again. So this is going to get messy quickly. We're going to see how this works. And just go for it, because I don't know what else to do at this point, other than, well, going straight for the finish line and maybe leaving him behind. Because as you can see, my normal opener there, which normally takes people out, did not. So instead of taking 4 to 5, I took 1 person down. 3 if you count Wrath there, but I'm just going to shoot for the end. I'm going to get everyone to the end, and then we're going to run, and if he dies, he dies. Now, I made a path for you. Run. Now, a bunch of guys over here are going to be going. I learned that they all have pitchforks. They will not be engaging me in combat, thankfully. I'm going to get some temporary valor points with galvanized troops here. I'm going to give everyone inspiration to double their movement. The riposte there is going to wear off. And we're going to get this civilian out of my way. Then, I think what I'm going to do is run up here with Gabini. Actually, maybe more like right here. And draw them all into me. And then I can move over here and tactical slam the guy with the most debuffs to do a little bit more damage. So they'll hit me, but they won't make me stay in combat, thankfully. Which is something I learned the hard way. Now, Claresta, let's take out another civilian. Arterial precision on them. If I go into defensive stance and then burst them, I'll get my point back, I think. And then she can run into the end zone. Aldous, we have a nice shot hitting all 3 of these people. We're then going to recoil shot them. They're now all bleeding. Or at least one is bleeding. So, hopefully, few people going down. Down to bleeding. Next up we have more people that won't be really going. So Signong, let's have you go. Hit the civilian. The seasoned civilian here. It has the most health. And just get out of dodge. I'm hoping at the end of this it's going to let me camp, because otherwise I am screwed. Neither of those two are going. I should say those three. So I'm going to have Cineran run up and whirlwind them. Or Rushing Gale, I suppose it's called. This should take one, if not two out, because they didn't get knocked back all the way. And he can run towards the end. Let's see here. We can go with Helera, just because that opens up a path for people. Getting rid of his armor, then weakening blow. Also fragility on him for later. Hacker can do a run by. Down he goes. And into the end zone. Escape area, whatever you want to call it. I'm hoping with enough people in here, the ambassador will run there as well. Let's get the bear out of the way. Reposition. Moving into the escape area. Him. I'm going to save their turns just in case he doesn't run to the escape area. Or, like, not run, flee with them. Just in case he isn't in here at the end of my next turn. Just because I have a few people that aren't in the escape area. We're going to reposition to double Taurus's movement. And that still doesn't get him there. But we will run as far into it as we can go. With Legat here, let's use a few of our bolts to do a bit of poisoning and such. Reloading. Hitting another civilian, doing whatever we can to them. And then, once again, running towards the end zone. And because crossbows are weird, we can do reposition at the end. I guess reposition is something you use after you move. So eerie without the music. Oggins. Let's go. Reposition. Let's get into the escape area. Manel, same thing. kind of make a zone of control for myself in here. Scruff it. Let's go this way. Natural sprinter. I thought that would give him the extra movement to go into the escape area, but I guess not. But mostly everyone should be running away on the next turn. Reposition into the escape area. And finally, magic. He's our man. Forty enemies here. Okay. So Gabini, he actually does have the bonus movement right now. So I'm just going to run into the end zone with her, the escape area, and make sure he does the same thing. So we're not going to escape with her because she can take a bunch of hits. Please do the thing, sir. Please do the thing. Why? You were right there. You were right there. Well, now I need to do things. Taking out the civilian that can get to him. Reloading. And then we'll actually escape with magic. Just make things slightly faster next time. If I go over here with Jizliz, I was hoping to be able to just dash through them, but let's Wrath. Just make it a safe area. I can then Dagon's Punishment her. And can I run any farther? Not really. Okay, cool. So I have to hope for him to run to the escape area next turn. Which, I mean, he's right there, so here's hoping he's smart. Let's go Scruffy. Take out civilian here quick. Just go to the end zone, end your turn. This is ridiculous. All right. You know, part of me wants to just flee with everyone, The other part of me is going, well, I can get him out of here. So let's try to get him out of here. Let's do a few crossbow shots here. Maybe we take someone out. Reload again. Hit again. No reload because even with the crit. Okay. And then we're going to flee with Legat. Just getting him out of there, making things slightly faster. Ludian will need to get out of here. So the best I'm going to be able to do with him is a piercing throw into something. Or no, he's an axe, but nonetheless, Ludian will need to go. So let's just hit these three. Give them bloodshed. Can rampage onto a civilian. Shouldn't even take him out. Sad day. Disengage. I can only use one base thing. And I thought I'd be able to, because I still have an action with him. But I use slice and dice, that's right. Oof. Okay, ending his turn. I messed up there. Manel, can I do some kind of a piercing throw? And then suddenly the music kicks on. This at least does bleeding on these two. And then we can make you run. Gonna have you stay there. Taurus can get an instant crit on this civilian because they're burning. Although it's not for much. Then if we wrath them, that still doesn't take them down. Oof. But they are engaged now. Okay. Oggins, let's have you wrath. Taking that person out. Then I'm going to have you flee. I guess I could have captured them, which would have been interesting, because could I turn them in because they're criminals? Oy vey. Yeah, let's just get Helera into the end here. And then I'm going to reposition her to try to get the attention of half these people. A lot of them back there are still going. Let's get Aldous out of here. Because he's not going to be able to use his arrows. Because all his arrows are AoE shots and everyone's so clustered back there. Like, he'd be hitting an ally if he hit anyone. Okay, let's see here. Claresta. If I had her run up to someone with a debuff would be nice, but I don't see anyone in range with a debuff. Sinran might be able to hit 2 people here. One of which is not going to be able to get knocked back. So that's a little bit of a bonus. I was really hoping they'd go at Helera there, but no, they're going at Ludian. So I think Ludian needs to be the first one I get out of there when I get given the chance. I'm curious. I think if I reposition, I can get him like over here. And this might get a few of the civilians to go at Weldacram instead of Ludian, which might save him. This fight is so scuffed. Like, I'm calling BS on this one in particular as well. Alright, so if I burst the civilian, they go down. Had to keep fiddling with something that kept buzzing so it would stop. And then we'll save that Valor point because those are really precious right now. And then end of the round is almost here. Went at Helera, so they did a job. Feeham, let's just get you out of here. Thankfully, willpower there. Hackert, I'm just going to get you out of here. And who's the last one to go? Signong? Signong. I lose control of the bears if I get him out of here. So we are going to run up here and then hit the civilian. Which freed up Gabini. Awesome. Ending your turn. Healing the bears. End of the round. I need this guy to just step into the end zone, or I lose. I hate this fight. I hate it so much. This guy, I could have been done had he stepped 2 steps forward, which he had the ability to do because he had double movement. Ludian, get out of here. Sir. Okay. I can run. I'll figure out everything else from here. If that means abandoning the guy the next fight, that means abandoning him. Jizliz needs to get out of here. So charging through both of them. Running to the end zone. Fleeing. Just to make things flow better, I'm going to have Signong run next, because that gives the bears their own actions that are free from my actions, and then they will run, I believe. Maybe not. Because he's engaged and he can't. So disengaging, running with Scruffy. Who's... Claresta, you're next. Julin can stay there for a bit. Let's go Sinran. Honey the bear, you can run. And then from here, it doesn't really matter. I just need to get the people out of here. So disengaging. Fleeing with Weldacram. Oy vey, come on. There's too many enemies here, like... And then I need to figure out how to get away from them when I need to rest. This is not cool. Disengage with Helera. Flee. Fleeing with Gabini. Who do I have left? I think Taurus was one of them. Oh, Signong's there. That's right. I was like, I don't have that many tanks. Signong can go before he gets locked up. Then we have Julin and Taurus. Fleeing with Taurus. This fight really just wears me down, like 30 minutes for this. I want to put that in perspective. 30 minutes. This was not fun. This was not fun to do. Okay, it's over. Taking what I can. Just gonna do the repairs because things are bad. I have to heal Ludian. continuing, pausing right away. Okay. Moving. Okay, it's going to let me camp here. It wasn't letting me do that at first. I was going to say, if it doesn't let me camp, I'm screwed. Because no valor points, I was hardly able to move. Things were scuffed. But at least I can do this. Okay. Going to make the Hill Delights because I have the Gosenberg wine. We're also going to use it. Someone can go towards the well here because that generates happiness, generates food. We're gonna... Really? There's no danger level? We're still going to use a chef platter. Going to use one of the breaded sausages. I'm going to use one of the Hill Delights because this reduces the speed which fatigue stacks at. I'm going to use the Lakefish Bouillabaisse. And then I'm going to use one of the stuffed cabbages for the critical rate. Then toothpaste, just get rid of it. Then we can just use a few boozes. Actually, just because we have the 3 boozes already, let's just use some of the cured meats. Then I can go and make some new types of boozes. So I'm going to do this. That's going to be whiskey for now. It's going to be absinthe. And... I thought there was one other I couldn't make. No. But that also means I can age stuff. So let's age our beer. Which makes delicious beer, making the troops' happiness go up. And then just resting here, because that's going to go over well with the guy who's being hunted. Surprisingly, nothing happened. Ludian wants to talk. These boars don't know the sharp end of a sword from a blunt one. How can I trust them if I barely make it out alive each time? Can give him the sulky status, can compensate him, or he can admonish. Let's get the sulky status, because I think the status goes away rather than the trait, which is permanent. And I think that only lasts for a few days. For three days, I get less valor points, but that's fine. After this cluster. Just pulling some money out here really quick. And then I have 2 more days on the infiltrations to get the recipes, which I'm almost done with, by the way. And then let's just get this over and done with. Because that was a little bit insane. The thing I'm looking for is over here. The guard post is right there. Just gonna run to it. Be done.
Is the ambassador safe?
Yes, now give me my reward.
Perfect. You've done well, mercenaries. Here is your reward for having stopped the mob from lynching the ambassador.
Not worth it at all.
We will question the ambassador about Willa's murder. If he is innocent, we will help him to return to Alazar until things settle down here.
Now, what do you have to say about, everything else that's going on? Do you think he was involved in that murder?
I won't lie. In the past, Alazar turned to the Rooks to take out troublesome brokers. It could be the case here too.
Now, could you tell me who the Rooks were? No? Okay.
The interrogation may last a while, but I much prefer facing the guard than the fate that the crowd had in store for me.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you for bringing me to safety. I will be sure to mention this to the King of Alazar.
If you make it that far.
I had nothing to do with broker Willa Oldhovendorp's death. In fact, I had a business meeting planned with her that evening at the embassy.
So you were the reason why she wasn't going to be with the rest of the brokers and why she was go out and about. So you could have planned that murder. Or leaked the information to the son, who then did something. Okay, good to know. Now, supposedly there's thieves out and about here that are doing something. Actually, it might be those thieves right there that are ambushing everyone. But after all that cluster, I need a little bit of a break. So this is going to be a slightly shorter episode because that was a cluster. I was about to go look up online how to get past that if it wasn't going to let me rest. But it thankfully did. But that's enough Wartales for me for today because of that. So that's going to be it for this time. As always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please, have a good one.